So we have the honor to have Sudipta. He's the head of implementation and engineering at Digite. Welcome, Sudipta, to Agile Carnival Noida. And it was really great to listen to you today.
Good to know that.
Also, we came to know about your Kanban tools and the Swift ALM product, which is very popular in the market currently. Many of the organizations are using. What do you see Kanban and Agile and the lean way of working going forward? How do you see the future of Agile?
I think it's very promising. It is obviously picking up. The sheer number of people who are participating in this conference is amazing. I know that there are at least 3 other conferences that are happening around the country today. That just tells me how much traction and momentum Agile and Lean have in the industry today. And given the fact that where the Indian software industry is today, it's lagging behind really in terms of where the global adoption scale is. So I think the opportunity is tremendous, and then the more and more case studies start coming out in terms of what benefits they're getting, this adoption will only increase.
Yeah. And how do you see the crowd in this part of the country? I mean, with respect to the Agile values and principles, how have you felt the maturity of the people in this area of the country?
I think it's getting there. I obviously would rate Bangalore as a more mature market, and that's in that segment. The sheer number of open forums, free forums, meetups that happen in the industry and within the Bangalore circuit is a lot more, and I think that gives people an opportunity to be able to interact and share their experiences. So that part is dominant, and I think perhaps the more meetups and open forums start in this part of the country, the more benefited people would be. The important thing to realize is that for both in this way of working, whether it's Agile or Lean, it is not very prescriptive. So people have to absorb the concept, people have to absorb what other people's experiences are, and then craft what is appropriate and works for them. It's not a templatized, built-in solution to say this is exactly how one should do it, and therefore just go ahead and implement it.
Correct.
So I think that makes it more important for this open community to thrive, to be able to share their ideas and experiences.
And we came to know you're presenting some game today, so can you just brief what that game is all about?
So what we want to do is, games are one of the best ways of learning, correct? We can do a lot of PPT talk, but people remember what they experience in a game. So the idea for the game was that let's have a short session on the concept, but let's follow it up with an extended session of the game, so that people actually remember and gain experience of what it is to work the Kanban way. How do you work differently in a Kanban way versus if you are just doing traditional waterfall or any other style of development. So that's what we want to let people share. It's a very, very interesting game called Get Kanban, designed by a person called Russell Healy, based out of New Zealand.
Okay.
And it's gained tremendous traction within the Kanban community in terms of experiencing Kanban in action before you actually take it to your projects. So
how do you say when people use Kanban? I mean, how do you feel about it when they use Kanban as a practice?
So I think clearly when people are moving from Scrum to Scrumban, it's a clear indicator that there is value of Lean principles in any project team, right? So obviously they're trying to absorb some of the principles of Lean, whether it's work in progress limits or pull-based execution. So they're trying to imbibe some of those values in their Scrum teams, putting in a board, and that's why they're adopting Scrumban. Clearly, when somebody's doing Scrumban, they're still following essentially Scrum. So they're still doing sprints, they're still tracking velocity using burn-on charts, versus using Kanban, where you're tracking using cumulative flow diagrams and things like that. So it's good. It's always good to see more and more people benefit from Lean execution. I think there is no reason why even waterfall projects cannot benefit from Lean execution, and they should explore that idea. So it's always is a feel good when you see a broader adoption of Kanban within the community.
And regarding your talk on Kanban is not equal to Kanban board. Anything on that, Sudipta, please?
I think the reason I titled that topic that way was the more and more I see in the industry, people believe that once they've put a Kanban board, their journey with Kanban is done. Kanban has so much more to offer than just putting a Kanban board. So I really wanted to trigger the discussion in that direction, that folks, if you just put a Kanban board, it's a great start, but the journey is just the beginning of the journey, and you need to figure out how to use lean-based execution to finally reduce cycle time and make sure that your customer gains value faster. So that's why I titled it that way, and I hope people understood where I was coming from.
Yeah, it was a brilliant session. Thanks, Sudipta.
Sure.
It was a pleasure. And any feedback on the conference?
I think the conference has been amazing. I'm very impressed with the way it's been organized. The logistics are great. The facilities are great. The food is good. The sessions participation for most of the conferences that I've attended typically do on a Friday and a Saturday. So I'm very surprised to see so many people on a Sunday here and spending the entire day here. So kudos to the way you guys have organized it.
Thanks so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, my pleasure.